just a little late one from Mainz, a little sneaky one right into the midriff of Fernando Torres, and that's what he's furious about still with Gabriel.
He's had injury problems this season. Of course, we haven't really seen the very best of him, but there could be no better game for him tonight than to really try and get him in a...
From Gerrard, not easy. Made it
well here, and as you said, this
to see Liverpool with an early charge at Real Madrid. Go at him at real pace, put him under pressure, see if they can cope. I expect it'll be more tactical than that.
Fernando Torres looks fit enough. Cut out by Pepe, but won back by Xabi Alonso. Gerrard slipping Diarra for now. Eluding him. Rolled into Torres. That's clever. Oh, good save by Casillas. Says last summer, and Casillas had the final say.
Oh, what about this for a turn? He's completely full Cannavaro, and it's not easy to do that. And I think he's just trying to give Casillas the eyes in the end. Thought he was going to play.
He's the man who's keeping Liverpool out.
Well, he didn't commit himself on the first. He waited.
Heinze's header. Gerrard. Counters Peel to the back. Fabio Aurelio. Torres dispossessed by Pepe. Headed by Gerrard into the path of Ryan Babel. Stepped into traffic, but it falls for Gerrard again. And now Torres with another prevalent free kick in a very menacing position.
Well, was right on top of him, and what happens? Oh, I think there's no contact, man.
Alonso. Gerrard! And Casillas.
Not to go at the blast and just to go for a little placement. And he's just trying to knock it inside that right-hand post, but just caught.
Well, we said it would be a cagey start, didn't we? Gerrard. Mascherano. Now Gerrard.
We've seen him in a while. Very sharp in the early stages, and Steven Gerrard.
Fabio Aurelio. Fernando Torres to Sergio Ramos. Behind you. Couldn't hear me. Diarra let it bounce. Pepe rather lost it. Torres almost found it. It's come for Cow. It's Torres! Lift off for Liverpool. Fernando Torres gives them the lead on the night and doubles their money on aggregate.
When they've allowed it to bounce, that's a mistake. And Cannavaro's cut out. That's just a mistake by Pepe, and a bad mistake. There's no real contact at all from Dirk Kuyt.
It's Torres, actually.
It's Torres, you're right. And it's awful defending from Pepe. And Kuyt's done the sensible thing by pulling it back, and Torres can't miss. I mean, even if he does, Gerrard is just behind him to make sure.
Liverpool have been missing, have cost them dear. Babel. Gerrard.
To drop.
Real Madrid have 70 minutes to find 2 goals. Fernando Torres is everywhere to not make anything of it. And here goes Gerrard galloping forward on the counts. Astute pass. He was held up by Cannavaro.
Cannavaro with Juventus here in 2005. And he's just stopped.
Gerrard. Torres wants it early. Torres gets it early. There are men over if he can find a cross. Torres. Gerrard arriving. Oh, Casillas again. Wonderful effort by the Liverpool.
I mean, persisted up the left-hand side, and you just think he's going to cross it, and he completely does Sergio Ramos. Lovely little dink, and it's just too much really for Gerrard. He's just stretching, does well to get a decent foot on it, and that's easier for Casillas. But great play again from Liverpool.
Another big week. Gago showed too much of that to Mascherano. Gerrard, Cow, virtually out of it. Gerrard! Liverpool, clear daylight, and the quarter-finals beckon yet again for Gerrard and the man.
But he does what he has to, and now surely it's too much this early stage of the match.
Gerrard's 6th goal in this season's Champions League competition on the night of his...
Up in the air, Clive, but he didn't worry about it, did he?
By Arbeloa. Alonso to Gerrard. Plenty happening. Liverpool have got Real Madrid just where they want them, able to counter swiftly. Gerrard in towards Babel, and now Torres with Gerrard breaking ahead of him. Under pressure from Mascherano, gave it straight to Torres. Now a run. Cannavaro, who stood his ground. Terrific pass from Cow. This is Gerrard. Played back into Torres.
As well as Mascherano done that. You know, not allowing Madrid to, as he's nicking it and niggling. You know, he needs to miss time one now and could be trouble.
Here's Fernando Torres. But Liverpool's troubles are minor. Torres is looking for that. Been told to play on. He's down, saying he needs treatment as Gerrard feeds Count sarcastically at the linesman who did give one before. Everything has clicked for Liverpool. They've been so good with the ball. Once in extra time, once on away goals, once to a breathtaking Thierry on.
Go for another.
But tight as always from Mascherano. Gerrard to Aurelio, and now Babel. Haven't seen too much of Ryan Babel tonight. Taking on Sergio Ramos. It's a good cross. Gerrard! Irresistible Liverpool! Over the hills and far away. No way back for Real Madrid now.
Decides to go to the end line, past Sergio Ramos with ease. Great little pullback with the left foot, and the timing of the run is beautiful. And the execution and the control he got as the ball just bounced as it got there. That's not easy to do, you know. That's a terrific, terrific finish from Steven Gerrard. And surely Benitez can start thinking about Old Trafford.
Well, he's scored some dramatic goals, particularly down that end of Anfield. Diarra caught in possession by Alonso. Gerrard to Torres. Babel with a flick. Here's Dirk Kuyt. Here's Steven Gerrard. Denied a hat-trick by Casillas.
He could have taken it on a little bit, but this again is great little one-touch stuff. Kuyt, the two touches. It's sent.
Mascherano, Gerrard. Steven Gerrard is going to get a rest ahead of the big Premier League showdown for Liverpool on a big European night to be able to rest a player as here goes Torres. I'd say just about managed to resist.
Maybe just a little bit of tiredness creeping in for Torres, you know, his lack of games in recent times.
Well, if it had gone to penalties. Lucas, double save from Shevchenko, which even he would never be able to explain to you. Ryan Babel. Fernando Torres!
What a save.
He is fantastic, Casillas. What might
Fernando Torres was going to have a look at him, but nothing of the sort. That's curling in. That's a great stop again by Casillas. Madrid
scored it all three. He looks like he'll be fit and ready for Old Trafford on Saturday.
But those two have made their mark again.
This league continues to produce wonderful moments for the likes of Steven Gerrard and Fernando Torres, and for every supporter of this club.
And a victory that was as symbolic as it was comprehensive. Real Madrid's big